What is up, guys? Today I'm going to show you all how to play Ricochet. Ricochet is a little bit of an oddball when you compare him to the rest of the brawlers in the game. He's got a long-range basic and super, a lot like Colt and Brock, but his bullets bounce off of objects and walls for their entire range, which gives you some really great offensive and defensive options that other brawlers can't react to. He's also, you know, a robot. Like most other brawlers, Ricochet shines in certain game modes and doesn't work well in others, so let's go over them all right now. I would recommend avoiding using Ricochet in Heist, mainly because he doesn't have any way of destroying objects and walls to get to the safe quicker. In Smash and Grab, Ricochet works pretty well as a support to the rest of the team, since he deals a lot of damage from a long range and he can just sit on the bottom of the map, making it so more tanky and mobility-based brawlers can pick up the gems on the front lines. It is important to note that Ricochet doesn't have very much mobility, just his normal movement, which means you're going to have a lot of map awareness to use him properly, and you also want to make sure you avoid holding all the gems towards the end of the game, because if you get jumped, then there's no way you're really getting out of it. Showdown is almost definitely Ricochet's worst game mode. He has no way to get away from opponents other than walking away from them at his normal movement speed, which means that if you accidentally run into a Primo or Shelly in a bush, you're most likely not getting out of the fight alive. Like most of the long-range brawlers, Bounty is easily Ricochet's best game mode. He provides the perfect support to Piper, which is the best brawler in Bounty by far, by being able to hit around corners to finish off opponents that already have taken a few hits. In most cases, Ricochet's best strategy will be to support the other brawlers on his team. Piper and Colt will generally do more damage, but Ricochet can catch brawlers that are running away from you around corners very easily, which is invaluable. Like I mentioned earlier though, Ricochet has a lot of issues with mobility. He doesn't have a way to remove himself from situations where he's almost definitely going to die, and this means you need to get good at spacing. If you do get used to his spacing, then you're going to keep yourself out of situations where close range heavy damage dealers like Primo, Bull, and Shelly will just take you down, which is very important. His super shoots a ton of bullets that have a very large hitbox and range, which means that if you corner someone, you can likely take them out with a close to medium range super. It's also very important to note that you have to pre-fire bushes for your teammates when you have the opportunity to, making sure there's no Shellys or Primos or Bulls hiding in wait for them, because you can do it from around a corner and avoid any shotgun blasts or anything that might be coming your way, and they most of the time can't. Lastly, guys, Ricochet's super should almost always be used to defend yourself, a teammate, or catch someone that's running away. Keeping it for those situations in particular is very important as well. Now let's go ahead and go over a few brawlers that Ricochet does well with. In Smash and Grab, your best friends are going to be close-range heavy hitters that can tank shots and grab gems, so mainly Primo, Bull, and somewhat to a lesser extent, Pam will fill those roles. Moving into Bounty, you're mainly going to want heavy-hitting long-range brawlers for long-range maps, which will be Piper, Brock, and Colt. However, in shorter range maps, you're going to want at least one close-range tank to scout in front of you, like Bull. So let's say you really enjoy Ricochet, but you don't have enough elixir to max him out. What order should you upgrade him in? Personally, I would definitely go for his normal attack first. He relies on closing out kills with it, so you're going to want his damage to be maxed out at an extra 20 damage per bullet. He shoots 5 bullets, that'll bring him to 100 extra damage for every single normal attack he does. Next up, you're going to want to max out his super. It launches tons of bullets at the same damage that his normal attack has, which adds up extremely fast. Lastly, guys, max out his HP. The reason you're not going to prioritize this is because it's almost completely unnecessary. He dies really quickly to anything that can close in on him, so surviving by not putting yourself into bad situations is an infinitely better idea. That said, an extra 175 HP when maxed out is very, very nice in some niche situations, so it's definitely worth maxing him out if he's a brawler you really enjoy playing. And guys, that is going to be it for this video. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comment section below. And just so you know, the second most requested brawler for last week was Mortis, and I think that's who I'm going to go with for next week's guide. Thanks for all the support on this series so far. Hope to see you back here for more Brawl Stars content very, very soon. And until the next one, guys, peace.